So while we're on DC, we could just segue to other stuff. We found out today that Doom Patrol is going to come back to for season 2, but it's moving to HBO Max.
So
it's not moving. It's a dual release.
Oh,
which
cool.
is super
platforms.
weird.
That's
it's simultaneous was the word they used to release on HBO Max and DC Universe, which
means to me
odd.
the DC Universe is going away probably.
Right?
Yeah.
It's got to mean that, right?
Or they're just going to use it as like a comic service, and any DC related media that they would put on HBO Max will also go there.
Because so if you buy the yearly subscription to it, which is the discounted rate, you do get discounts to their store, which has exclusive items and things like that. So it's kind of a weird curated thing that is more than a streaming service,
right.
But I'm not sure it's any of that extra is anything people really asked for or are interested in. I'd be very curious to know if people really buy stuff off of there. But I think it's going to be confusing for people to have two places to look for these things. And if you pay for HBO Max, do you get DC Universe? Or am I going to have to pay for two different services?
You get all the shows, but none of the comic books or discount in the store.
Okay.
I maintain
assume,
this is just a long line of WB has no idea what to do with DC. And honestly, at this point, I kind of want them to sell DC. I feel like somebody...
But it's better the devil you know than the devil you don't know.
I do not want Disney to take it, but I don't know who else would do it at this point. I don't have, maybe Sony, maybe Paramount. I have no idea who would be better. I don't have another option. It's just WB has been fucking up DC for the last 10 years, and I'm kind of done with it. I'm just...
Well, so Paramount is interesting.
Thank you.
Because, they're owned by Viacom.
Yes.
Who also owns CBS.
I totally knew that.
And they're all together. So what's interesting there is Viacom split up CBS and Paramount.
Right.
Almost 20 years ago now. And maybe not that long. But either way, there's been a lot of murmurs and rumors and talk about maybe the two being merged back together. One of the reasons cited is the confusion with Star Trek having two timelines because of that split. CBS has handled the launch of their streaming service surprisingly well, given the minimal amount of content that they've provided for it.
Yeah.
So maybe that wouldn't be such a bad place.
I mean, this is all conjecture.
Absolutely.
Of course.
This is just us speculating on ways to solve a problem that is ongoing. We can move to good DC news, or we can stick with HBO. What do you guys want to do?
Well, I mean, Doom Patrol coming back is good news. I'm excited for that. I'm glad that they're giving it.
That was such a weird,
hopefully
fun
they give it a little bit more budget
show.
too.
Yeah.
I mean, not that they really need it, but they could do some even crazier stuff with it. Mm-hmm. Bigger clumps of hair for the beard guy to eat.
He's dead. He died.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, but
that girl killed him.
He can come back.
Ugh. Dorothy killed him. It was amazing.
He can come back.
No, pass.
I mean, most of the DC news was really the CW.
And that stuff was really cool.
I don't know how CW is able to continue to pull this stuff out of their ass, because the types of budgets that they're given just doesn't compare to the major networks, and it continues to impress.
Well, so we didn't see anything new from Legends, but they recently also did an EW photo shoot. All the stuff was released, and the covers did include White Canary, Katie Lotz. So Legends is obviously coming back. They really want to focus on the Crisis news, Crisis on Infinite Earths.
I mean, they did release, I think, sizzle reels / trailers for most of their shows, but
the only ones that didn't have it were Batwoman, because they released a good trailer a little while back, and Legends. But Arrows, Flash.
I didn't watch Flashes, but Arrows was mostly just scenes from previous seasons with 3 seconds of the new season. Black Canary gets a new suit.
Black Lightning was a lot similar to that as well. It had a lot of wrap up, but I think the new stuff is probably from the first 2 episodes of Black Lightning. It looked very fresh. It was starting a new story.
And they're still not bringing Black Lightning into the Crisis on Infinite Earths, which is a little weird. But
so disappointing.
Yeah, that's a missed opportunity. But that's where it gets confusing, because they do these amazing things. Like Brandon Routh is going to be playing the Atom and Superman.
Kingdom Come Superman.
Yeah.
Which is just amazingly cool, because while people know I've trashed on Superman Returns, the film, quite a lot, I've never trashed him. I didn't think there was any issue.
He was not
with
the
him.
problem with that. The problem was Bryan Singer tried to make a sepia-toned romance film a la like Humphrey Bogart and Kate Bacall, and could not nail it down.
I mean,
Because
that's one of the issues.
it's true, but Kate Bosworth has like the charisma of mayonnaise, and
But like Kevin Spacey
It's-
totally
oh.
phones in that
Oh,
Lex
yeah.
Luthor. It might be the
Oh, yeah.
worst Lex Luthor incarnation we've had. I really
Did he
think
force any Jolly Ranchers?
I
in
think
people's
there's
mouth?
huge competition with Jesse Eisenberg. In fact, I want to see the two of them go at it in a Luthor off.
Nobody would watch that.
all right, well,
No,
I don't want to go
it'd be
down that rabbit
horrible.
hole. But
Bring
other
Jolly
cool
Ranchers
things,
for 'em.
though. Other cool things.
Yeah.
Um,
Burt Ward, Linda Carter,
and Tom Welling.
and Tom Welling were announced to come back for Crisis. They've all played classic characters in the past: Superman, Wonder Woman, and Robin.
So that's all really cool. It's very
Mhm.
exciting.
Seems likely that John Wesley Shipp will probably be in it as well.
I
Oh, yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
I'd be a little surprised if he wasn't.
Mark Guggenheim also said that there's a chance that a fan theory for Diggle will finally come true.
That's great. There's so many
That
of them,
there's
and
gonna
I'm
be a Green
actually
Lantern version of him.
Yeah.
good that I'm good
They
with
actually-
Diggle getting more.
I'm going to say something that'll spoil it, but they already heavily hinted at that at one point in one of the shows.
Yeah,
That's good.
I mean,
You guys haven't gotten to that point yet, but
as people know, I'm totally on board with Diggle being a Green Lantern. I don't want it to be like this tiny little one-off nonsense that's not going to impact anything.
Well,
That's what I'm worried
if
about.
Arrow's ending, they can get rid of Amel. And,
he's already out, and
right?
she's already out too.
Right.
Emily Bett Ricketts
Thank,
or whatever.
yeah, thank goodness. But
Yeah, please, like you
Diggle
wanna
needs a job, man.
give him his own.
CW doesn't have the budget for a
for
Green Lantern show.
Probably not. But
They could ground him. You don't have to have Green Lantern on Oa. You could do Green Lantern on Earth.
his power set is
Yeah,
very
it's gonna be-
expensive.
It's no more expensive than the stuff they've pulled off in Supergirl and Flash. Like, he gets an aura and flying powers that's clearly Flash and Supergirl.
Sure, but
like,
then
they got this.
His main ability is the constructs.
They
though.
got this. They can do this. They have
I
only
want them
got-
to do it.
they have only gotten more money as time goes on.
I don't know why we're on the same
Yeah.
side. So yeah.
Okay, then Flash got a whole new trailer, lots of new stuff being shown. One of the guys from Heroes is playing the villain in this one, and it looks like he's playing Death, like a Grim Reaper type character.
I know
Oh, really?
Godspeed was.
Well,
They've already,
they've hinted it too. They've shown Godspeed in the white.
well, he was
suit,
already in the last
but-
season, and then they've been set photos of him of Flash fighting Godspeed.
Right.
Interesting.
For this
That's kinda cool.
season that's filming right
It's a
now.
cool
but I
looking
don't know
suit,
if he's
but-
the overall
Yeah.
the arcing villain for the.
I mean, Death is in the comics.
Yeah.
So that would be.
Isn't that
interesting.
basically what Zoom was?
Well,
Black Flash or whatever.
No, because like Death is like legitimately like actually Death in form, and the idea is that no one can outrun Death. Everybody dies, kind of allegory in the comics.
Right, but so he's gonna die then.
Well, no, I mean,
So not everybody dies.
that doesn't. Eventually, Flash dies.
Supergirl got a
He
new
just doesn't
shoe.
die when he's 30. Like we've talked about her.
Yeah,
She's
we
wearing
talked about her
pants.
We talked about it
I
last
know.
week.
Okay.